Hello, television family, or should I say good morning. Good to see you again. It is the 7th day of August, 2025. I am Dan Koontz, according to my calendar, and I'm checking right now. It's Thursday, the day before the weekend. It's a little cool out there, 61 degrees. Pretty chilly start to the day today. The system that brought us the light rain and the cooler temperatures is in the process of leaving our area. It really depends when you go outside. When you look up, you're going to see about half clouds and half sun. As the day progresses, the sun will be out, and right on the heels of the system that's leaving us, a second system comes in this afternoon from British Columbia. It's going to seep down and bring us some more cool air. In fact, today it could very well be cooler than yesterday. We only hit 79. Don't think we're going to get there today because as the cool air seeps down, we're going to see a little wind late this afternoon and tonight. And then that system, the one from British Columbia coming in today, it leaves on Friday morning, and then summertime returns big time this weekend. Your forecast is on the way. There's news to get to. There always is in the world of news. Mariners win again. Yeah, playing pretty good baseball. They've won 5 of their last 6. And speaking of playing winning baseball, just in time for the playoffs, Apple Sox sweep away the Kelowna Falcons. They're back in town, and come tomorrow, it's playoff time. We'll talk about that. And the Seahawks go back to work tonight. They have a preseason game against the Las Vegas Raiders. Pete Carroll back in town. Eric Grandstrom is in Renton and will be at Lumen Field tonight to produce the radio broadcast. He filed a report for us when we get to sports. Thursday, Pause for Pets. A couple of dogs need a home. Their names are Ace and Cato. We'll check in with our friends at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. And in case you missed the interview I did yesterday, first of all, what the heck's the matter with you? But second of all, you get a second chance today. Chase and Scott for the Wenatchee Riverfront Railway Group will be visiting with us because they're back in action after being mothballed for 14 months because of construction down at Riverfront Park. They are firing it up again Saturday morning at 10 a.m. They are expecting a big crowd. Scott and Chase will talk to us in the back half of the program. Let's see what we're looking like on this Thursday morning. We're looking something like this. There you go. Most of the clouds are still to the north of us. A lot of places in our viewing area never really saw much sunshine. We did yesterday. We only got to 79. Our normal high is 89. Omak only got to 76. They had quite a bit of cloud cover. There was a little bit more sun out in the basin. Afraid it got to 80 yesterday. And Moses Lake got to 81. We only got 5/100th of an inch of rain, by the way. Up at Pangbourne, we need more, and there isn't really any in the forecast. Sunrise this morning, 5:47. Sunset tonight, 8:25, 14 hours, 38 minutes of daylight, which is basically about the same amount of daylight we would get in early May, but we're losing about 2 minutes and 50 seconds of daylight every day. Good morning to the valley. Beautiful view there. Camera number 2. Off to Billy Goat. There's, again, see a few more clouds up there. There's still a chance of a stray thunderstorm up in the Omak-Okanagan area. I think you're going to be fine, but they didn't see much sunshine at all, which is why they only got to 76 degrees. For a lot of people, it was a nice relief from the heat. It was for me. Anyway, I did what I said I was going to do. I turned off the AC and opened up the windows in my house and let the fresh air clean up the inside air of the house, the stale air. It was very nice. You can even do that today if you want, because we're not going to get to 79 today, which was yesterday's high. Our third camera, off to Slide Ridge, becoming rather popular. Those clouds, they look kind of ominous, but that camera is way up there in elevation, as you might imagine, and those clouds are quite high above Chelan. Right now in Chelan, it is chilly. It's 56 degrees. Up at the lake, it's 61 here in the big city, so it's a little cooler up there, but just like us, you're going to see some sunshine by late morning and quite a bit of sunshine this afternoon up at the lake. And finally, our fourth camera. Back to the Tumwater we go. Good morning to Leavenworth. There was a report that we'll have tonight in the evening news of a North Carolina man who drowned in Kolchak Lake up in the Enchantments over the weekend. That water is really, really cold. The details we'll have for you tonight at the news, but we don't like to see that. Good morning to Leavenworth. Always a pleasure to see you. No real slides today to show for you from the National Weather Service. Let's jump right into it. The forecast. After a high of 79 yesterday, 77 today, clouds in the morning, sunshine this afternoon. Again, right now we're between two systems. The system that brought us the clouds and the cool temperatures and the light drizzle yesterday is leaving the area. The second system drops down from British Columbia this afternoon with more cool air, but it is going to clean out the skies. We'll see some sunshine by early afternoon. Anyway, not a lot of wind today, but quite a bit of wind tonight as the system from British Columbia finally really makes its presence felt overnight tonight. We're going to be chilly. We're going to be down to 58 for the overnight low tonight, but Friday morning it starts to leave. By Friday afternoon it'll be gone, and we're going to be right back up to 87, our forecast high on Friday. Going to be a beautiful night at the ballpark on Friday night. Saturday gets kind of warm, up to 90, and we could get to 100. By Monday, it's certainly going to be August again by the time we get to Saturday, and certainly Sunday with a high of 96. So the hot weather returns in earnest on Sunday, but tomorrow is actually drop dead perfect. Lots of sunshine, not a lot of wind. I can take that. After a quick break, we will have the headlines on this Thursday morning. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
There's no place like home, because home is where we're totally comfortable. It's where we can be ourselves and let our guards down. It's where we make memories, and we're always imagining new ways to keep it totally comfortable. Carrier, total comfort, totally happy.
Call Alpine Air Heating and Cooling today. Your comfort is their priority.
Hi, I'm Amanda Walden with A. Walden Insurance Group. Medicare can be overwhelming, but you don't have to figure it out alone. I've been helping people understand their Medicare options for over a decade. Medicare isn't a one-size-fits-all. I'll help you understand your coverage options so you can feel confident in your decisions. Let's find the right Medicare plan for you. Call me today or come and see me at my office located on South Chelan Avenue in Wenatchee between the YMCA and the Social Security office. I look forward to meeting you soon.
Tour Moses Lake just a gas tank away. With its abundance of outdoor activities, Moses Lake is a great place to visit. From fishing and boating to exploring the city's attractions, there is no shortage of things to do. Whether you're enjoying any one of the variety of restaurants with the family or an adventure-filled day with friends, Moses Lake has something for everyone. TourMosesLake.com and start your adventure today.
Central Washington Water understands the power of healing waters. If part of your wellness routine includes hot heat from a sauna, Central Washington Water now carries indoor and outdoor infrared and hot rock saunas by Tilo. Research shows there are many health benefits to a cold plunge after a good workout or relaxing time in your sauna. Harness the power of water in a hot spring spa, plug-and-play spas, a Tilo sauna, or a cold plunge tub. Stop by Central Washington Water, your wellness experts.
Kind of a mixture of clouds and sun, 61 degrees. We'll have quite a bit of sunshine once we get through the mid-morning hours. Cool air seeping down from British Columbia is going to make its presence felt overnight tonight with some wind and a very chilly start to Friday, but the weekend looks sunny and, well, downright hot. It's about 9 minutes after the hour. A misfiring handgun may have saved a Moses Lake man from becoming a victim of homicide. On Tuesday, Grant County Sheriff's deputies arrested 27-year-old Luis Angel Ortega on suspicion of attempted murder. Police say the incident happened Friday at a home in unincorporated Moses Lake, where Ortega allegedly struck the victim in the head with a handgun, then tried to shoot him. The gun jammed. The victim was able to escape, but not before Ortega allegedly robbed him of a gold necklace and bracelet. Deputies and local police searched for Ortega throughout the weekend, and then they arrested him during a traffic stop just east of Moses Lake. He's now being held in the Grant County Jail, charged with assault and related criminal counts. As the Palmas fire continues to burn with no containment between the Aniat and Chihuahua River valleys, fire crews have built a shaded fuel break along Chihuahua River Road to prevent potential spread into more populated areas. The fuel break will act as a secondary control line in case fire activity shifts to the south. As of Wednesday, the lightning-caused fire has burned about 3,468 acres. part of Chihuahua River Road and a lot of trails in that area closed to the public. Public Information Officer Julian Bacon told our media partner, the Wenatchee World, that crews are focused on reducing risk and preparing the landscape rather than drawing containment lines around the fire itself.
My name is Chris King. I work for Wenatchee Fire and Rescue, and my full-time job here is a wildfire risk reduction coordinator. Right now in the summer, it's a lot of scheduling home assessments, trying to get people at the right time, doing a walk around their home. So I work a lot with just individual landowners about what they can do on their property and around their home and how they can best prepare their house and give their property the best chance of surviving if a wildfire comes through. All the way from that to, you know, if I see a landowner that has like 10 acres or larger acreage, then I get to coordinate with some of our other partners and see if they might qualify for some cost share, and that would be more like treating the forest around their home versus their actual just their land and their immediate surroundings of their home. So I think it's landowner coordinated projects in neighborhoods per se, and then we have a lot of work being done on the Forest Service around our communities.
Putting defensive structures in on the forest is very similar to what we do on the parcel level, on the community level. We have community protection lines and shaded fuel breaks around various areas of our community, but every parcel owner has the ability to protect their own home by doing similar things, by protecting 5 feet out from their structure, by protecting 30 feet out from their structure, and thinking 100 feet out from their structure in how they remove fuels from the land.
So when we do the home assessments, I walk around the house with the landowner, and I'm looking for spots that embers could land and potentially ignite. A lot of pine straw and pine needles around here. So a lot of it is, you know, pine needles are stored under a deck, just build up over the years, and then, you know, people store dry wood under their deck, leaning next to, you know, whatever it might be, just trying to look for those areas around the home that would be susceptible to ignition if embers were being cast ahead of a fire. Because we're surrounded by national forest and the county itself is about 70% public land, at times it can feel a little overwhelming for the landowner to be like, how do we even make a significant difference if we're surrounded by forest and, you know, my house is adjacent to the Forest Service. And so I think that it can be hard to believe that you can make a difference on your individual property, given that there's so much overstocked and full forests and unhealthy forests around us. I think that is kind of unique to our area. And then we have a lot of second homeowners who vacation over here, or maybe tourists that are just here for the weekend in short-term rentals. And so making sure they're aware of the risk is kind of an added challenge too.
A number of years ago, our community was labeled as the #1 wildland-urban interface risk in the state of Washington, and forest health has been a priority for us ever since then. As individual homeowners, we all have the ability, though, to impact the landscape directly around our homes and directly around our community by taking on safe wildfire practices, clearing that land directly around your home and removing ignition sources.
I think that it can make a significant difference in our ability to either have the right space and time to evacuate, or to have the peace of mind of controlling the things that you can control, and knowing that, okay, we treated this evacuation route, I feel good, I'll be able to get out, and I've done all I can do on my property to make sure that I'm leaving it as best as I can and giving it its best chance.
Well, it's official. Voters in the city of Wenatchee have rejected a sales tax that would have doubled the budget for street repair and improvements. The updated count from yesterday afternoon shows that 47.5% of voters would have approved the proposition. The no vote leads by 297 votes, and there's just 133 ballots left to count. And, well, the math just doesn't add up. And of those 133 ballots, not all of those come from voters in the city limits. The initiative would have added 0.2% to the city's sales tax. It was predicted to bring an additional $2.3 million for upkeep on more than 240 miles of road in the city. The city says its Public Works Department will have to continue dipping into general reserve funds when street repairs become urgent. But Chelan County Fire Departments fared a lot better in Tuesday's election as they sought voter approval for taxing changes. Fire District 6, based out of Monitor, got a bunch of approvals. 71% of those said yes, They were requesting to raise its property tax levy for the first time since the agency was created 70 years ago, and it's going to happen. Property owners in the district, which stretches from Monitor to Peshastin and south up to Blua Pass, will now pay $1.40 per $1,000 of assessed valuation. That's a 344% increase to boost the fire budget and keep the district's ambulance services. Lake Wenatchee Fire and Rescue, they got 60% of the voters to say yes to a $15 million bond proposal. That'll pay for improvements to the old fire stations and build a new one, as well as updating its equipment and its technology. And Chelan County Fire District 5, that's up in the Manson area, 75% of voters there approving a request to expand the Board of Commissioners from 3 members to 5. Congresswoman Kim Schreier joined Douglas County officials last week to hear a briefing on the Wenatchee Landing development. The Wenatchee Landing is a 317-acre development that would offer a mix of housing, office space, retail, resort-style lodging, and wineries, all connected to the Apple Capital Loop Trail. The project is planned in 3 phases, and Douglas County is currently seeking funding for the first phase. They want an $18 million grant. They've applied to one to the United States Department of Transportation. Schreier represents the 8th District of our state, joined U.S. Senators Patty Murray, Maria Cantwell, and Representative Dan Newhouse. They sent a letter of support to back the application. Newhouse and Murray have also recently visited the Wenatchee Landing site and attended project briefings. And Blue Spirits Distilling, the Chelan-based company that makes spirits with water from Lake Chelan, got the Best in Category award at the 2025 New Orleans Spirits Competition for its espresso-flavored vodka. The competition was hosted by the Tales of the Cocktail Foundation in July. Each beverage underwent blind taste tests before being scored on a 100-point scale by a panel of judges. Blue Spirits espresso-flavored vodka won Best in Category and also received a gold medal alongside the company's other pickle-flavored vodka. The 2 award-winning liquors are available, by the way, on the Blue Spirits website or at their Leavenworth tasting room. But none for me. I'm working. That's the news at 17 minutes after the hour. Keep in the loop by watching the news tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, the NCWLIFE Evening News on television. It'll be on the World Wide Web for you to watch at your own convenience. Right around 5 o'clock, all you got to do is go to our homepage, ncwlife.com, or go to our YouTube page. Mariners win, Apple Sox win, Seahawks go back to work. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCWLIFE channel.
The Surf and Slide Water Park is open from Memorial Day through Labor Day. Surf and Slide is located in the heart of Central Washington in Moses Lake with activities for all ages and abilities. Check out Surf and Slide's Flow Rider Surfing Simulator, Lazy River, 2 200-foot water slides, tube slides, and diving boards. Our children's area includes a Treasure Island water structure, splash pad, and baby octopus slide. For season passes, visit us online or find Surf and Slide on Facebook.
Craving fresh Asian comfort food? Steam Panda is Wenatchee's popular, family-friendly Asian restaurant. They focus on providing guests with delicious, healthy, fresh, and natural dishes for an affordable price. It's time to enjoy one of their many popular house-made soup dumplings, ramen noodles, or pho dishes. And make sure to ask about their lunch and chef specials on sushi rolls. Steam Panda's Hawaiian poke bowl and salads are excellent with your favorite boba tea. Stop by or order online at Steam Panda today.
Caught in a conflict? Family, workplace, neighbor, business, housing disputes? Wenatchee Valley Dispute Resolution Center provides mediation services, a cost-effective and efficient way to provide a written resolution to disputes and issues. Plus, we offer mediation training and community education on conflict resolution and communication skills. Contact us to learn more.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar, a presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Comedy of Errors is this year's short Shakespearean production at the Riverside Playhouse. A cast of 59 local youths ages 1 to 17 will take the stage. Tickets can be had at the Numerica Pack box office. This year's Hot August Nights production is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the musical, running through August 16th at the Numerica Pack. Produced by Jamie Donegan and directed by Christina Capehart. For tickets, go to the Numerica Pack website. Sports at 20 minutes after the hour. The Mariners scored 5 runs in the second inning, and they held off a late Chicago rally last night. They pulled out the win. The final was 8-6. Seattle led 7-1 after 2 innings, thanks in part to Josh Naylor's two-run homer in the first and Julio Rodriguez's 3-run homer in the second. George Kirby was effective for 6 innings. He yielded just 2 runs on 5 hits, struck out 9. The Mariners have now won 5 out of their last 6.
And here goes another one. Josh Naylor bombs away. Take cover.
You just better hope that Josh Naylor isn't hunting the pitch that's coming out of your hand. This guy has such an incredible approach at the plate. He's looking for something. He's got an idea of what you're going to throw, and if you throw it, he is absolutely going to punish you for it.
Into that top prospect. Going the other way, and it's Meade getting the White Sox on the board. Robert Jr. will score an RBI single for Curtis Meade. On the ground, Crawford able to get it, flip it out of the glove. It pops right out and finds Cole Young. Incredible play, J.P. Crawford. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Young. And Young into center field. Robert Jr. Oh, he got there to make the diving play. Anything hanging in the air with La Pontera has a chance. You know he's going to go get it. The 1-2. A bullet, right field, base hit. Here they come. Canzone is in. Crawford crosses home. Randy gets the stop sign. Cal Raleigh drives in a pair with 2 outs in the second inning. It's a 4-1 Mariners lead on an absolute rocket by Cal Raleigh. Fly ball launched out to left field. They have hit another one. Julio's 21st has blown it open in the second. It's 7-1 Mariners.
I don't understand the pitch sequence there at all. Cannon's just outsmarting himself, and of course back-to-back sweepers, and he read it the whole way out of his hand.
There comes Josh Naylor. 2 outs, count at first base. Naylor last night his 13th home run of the season. And here goes another one. Josh Naylor bombs away. Take cover.
This guy has such an incredible approach at the plate. He's looking for something. He's got an idea of what you're going to throw, and if you throw it, he is absolutely going to punish you for it.
Was that 470 feet? Second time the Mariners have reached the patio of the Hit It Here Cafe on this homestand.
450.
I'll take it.
Currently, 450.
In the air to center. Rodriguez backing up at the wall. It is gone. Mike Tauchman with a 2-run shot here in this 7th inning. And we've got a ball game again.
Look at what he does right here. Just a hanging breaking pitch, and he smokes it. This is a pretty piece of hitting right here by Mike Tauchman. Wow. We got a ball game.
Now Lenyn Sosa puts a drive into this one, into right center field. Sox go back to back. First, it was the 2-run shot by Tauchman. Now a solo shot for Sosa, his 13th of the season. And Mariners fans are like, wait a minute. What's going on here?
Wow, what a change of events. 2 swings of the bat, back-to-back pitches, and the White Sox are only down 2 runs.
Good swing in the air, right field, backing up at the wall. It is out of here. That's how you start the comeback in the 9th. A solo shot for Michael A. Taylor.
Michael A. Taylor starting the 9th off with a bang. You could hear the White Sox dugout from here give it a big O when that ball left the barrel. That was a bomb to right field.
Broken back grounder, fair ball. Gino steps on third, and the Mariners win it. They have won the series. They take the first 2 from the White Sox. 8-6 the final score.
Mariners go for the sweep this afternoon at T-Mobile Park. Logan Gilbert will take on Shane Smith at the White Sox first pitch on Root Sports at 1:10. So the Mariners win, and thank you very much, Marlins. They knocked off the Astros 6-4, so Seattle just 2 games back of Houston now In the AL West, Rangers lost to the Yankees. My Yankees finally won a game. They're 4.5 back. The Angels fall to 9 games back. Ryan Kusi tossed 6 innings of relief. The Apple Sox defeat the Kelowna Falcons 8-4 last night up in Canada. Wenatchee earns its 4th sweep of the summer, and they end the regular season by winning 4 of their last 5 games. The Apple Sox never trailed in the entire series with Kelowna. So we're off to the playoffs for the 4th straight year. The best-of-3 series against Bellingham starts Friday night at Paul Thomas Senior Stadium, and we are set. Here is the lineup for the West Coast League playoffs. In the North, Bellingham won the first half title as the number 1 seed. Edmonton wins the second half title. If Edmonton and Victoria go to a 3rd and deciding game on Sunday, that means they would have played each other 7 times in 6 days. And in the South, Portland and Corvallis won their respective first and second half titles, so they will take on the wild cards Marion and Bend. Well, the Seattle Seahawks play their first game that doesn't count tonight. Pete Carroll and the Raiders come to Lumen Field. Our own Eric Granstrom is going to produce the radio broadcast. And from the shores of Lake Washington in Renton yesterday, he filed this report.
Well, good morning, Dan, and welcome to the beautiful shores of Lake Washington as I'm here in Renton getting ready for the Seahawks to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's coming up tonight at Lumen Field. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. It'll be broadcast on King 5 TV. Had a chance yesterday to get out to the VMAC in Renton and to get involved in a production meeting. This is a pre-TV, pre-radio production meeting where we get to talk behind the scenes directly with coaches and players. Mike McDonald said, yeah, there's not going to be a lot of starters that we'll see tonight. In fact, he wants to get a good look at Drew Lock in the first half, and then Jalen Milroe in the second half. Now, besides that, you're going to see a lot of 2s and 3s and names you don't recognize, but that's our job on the TV and radio broadcast to let you know who they are and who's battling for positions. As far as Sam Darnold is concerned, he said that it's a chance to learn all over again at training camp. His quote was, "I want to hit somebody." Well, he's not going to hit anybody tonight, but Sam Darnold is certainly the number 1 quarterback as they head through training camp here in Renton. Also, Cooper Kupp, had a chance to talk with him directly. He said that getting a chance to come and play with the Seahawks and a new offense is a new leash on life for him. He's had a chance to be an impact player on the field. Now he wants to be an impact person. Off the field, he's doing a lot of coaching aside from catching footballs from Sam Darnold and company at Seahawks training camp. Nick Emanwari, he's been given the psych job by the veterans all week long. They've said, hey, Thursday's coming. Well, Thursday's here, and he's looking forward to playing tonight as well. As far as Mike McDonald is concerned, he said he's done a lot of learning between his first season last year and this year. He said he's also kept his ears open to both his players, his fellow coaches, and former players to talk to him about how he can do better. One thing that they're changing big time, they're going to go away from the traditional warm-ups on the field before the ball game. Going to do about a 10-minute quick warm-up with heavy intensity, and that's it. So as far as fans getting to the game early to see players on the field, not going to be a lot of chances. Seahawks and Raiders tonight, kickoff at 7 o'clock at Lumen Field, game 1 of the 2025 preseason. Here on the shores of Lake Washington, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel.
Thank you very much, Eric, and he'll file a report on tomorrow morning's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. It is National Purple Heart Day. Don't forget, at 3:30 at the Veterans Hall on North Wenatchee Avenue, right next to the Buzz Inn, they're having Purple Heart ceremonies being put on by Chelan County. You might want to check that out. But that's not the obscure holiday today. Today is National Lighthouse Day. Today, that's a beautiful, beautiful shot. The first lighthouse in colonial America was built in 1716, but after we became a country, they passed the Lighthouse Act of 1789, which modified and codified the construction, maintenance, and upkeep of lighthouses. Michigan has the most lighthouses. There are over 150 lighthouses in the state of Michigan alone. Maine has 57. They're second. There are 18 active lighthouses in our state. There are a few that have been decommissioned. They're still there, but they don't act as lighthouses. The oldest in our state, Cape Disappointment. It was built in 1856. It's now completely automated. They did that about 50 years ago. And for reasons unknown, Nebraska has 2 lighthouses. We don't normally think of Nebraska and large bodies of water at the same time. If you're into lighthouses, today is your day. It's the bottom of the hour. Today in history, the Purple Heart. August 7th, 1782, George Washington orders the creation of the Badge of Military Merit. It was later changed to the Purple Heart, and they put George on it. George Washington himself personally only awarded 3 Purple Hearts during his generalship during the Revolutionary War. And although the Purple Heart was not abolished, they didn't hand them out again until World War I. But if you were a living veteran of the intervening wars and you could prove that you were wounded in battle, you could get a Purple Heart. You just had to apply for one. And leading up to the invasion of Japan, they made 1,500,000 Purple Hearts for the estimated casualties when we invaded Japan. Well, of course, we didn't invade Japan, and there's still about 500,000 left over, even accounting for those Purple Hearts that were lost or stolen or wasted. So believe it or not, there's still 500,000 Purple Hearts that they made in 1944 that are sitting around somewhere. Happy National Purple Heart Day. 61 years ago today, Congress wrote Lyndon Johnson a blank check, and from this point forward, Congress doesn't declare war anymore, even though they're the only ones who're supposed to be able to do it. The Congress passes the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution, basically giving Lyndon Johnson all the war powers he wanted, and so we went to war against the North Vietnamese, even though we didn't declare war on the North Vietnamese. The Senate debated the resolution for 9 hours. The House debated the Gulf of Tonkin Resolution for 40 minutes, and then they voted 416 to nothing. The Senate, only Senators Wayne Morse of Oregon and Ernest Gruning of Alaska voted no on the Tonkin Gulf Resolution because, well, they're just saying that the president can declare war, not the Congress. And they said that's not what it says in the Constitution. And of course, from this point forward, Congress doesn't declare war anymore. They just let the president do what he wants to do. It's very unpopular with the constituents. And 51 years ago today, on a hot August morning in the Battery, Philippe Petit does something absolutely insane. He walks a high wire between the twin towers of the World Trade Center, a quarter of a mile above the streets of Lower Manhattan. Here's the CBS Evening News from August 7th, 1974.
I'll tell you what, I have a very queasy feeling in my stomach right now because I'm at, let's see, 1,500 feet. And up here at 1,500 feet, or in that area, there is somebody out there in a tightrope walk between the 2 towers of the World Trade Center, right at the tippy top.
That somebody was Philippe Petit, a 24-year-old Frenchman, doing his higher wire act 1,350 feet up and no net below. He and some associates managed to hide out in the World Trade Center towers overnight, and early this morning rigged a 140-foot steel cable between the 2 buildings using some sort of crossbow device. Petit enthralled hundreds of people below, prancing about for more than an hour. But police in the audience decided Petit was better off in a police station, handcuffed securely to a chair.
Why did you do this? That's the thousand why in this morning. There is no why. It's just because when I see a beautiful place to put my wire, I cannot resist.
Sergeant Charles Daniels, who talked Petit off the high wire, called it a first-rate performance.
He was bouncing up and down. His feet were actually leaving the wire, and then he would resettle back on the wire again. And then he would go down on one knee, and he'd balance his hand pole and lay down on his back and put his hands behind his neck and just completely relax and swing one of his legs over the wire in a carefree manner.
Was he laughing and smiling?
Well, not when he would do that. He would just lay there and relax as if he wanted to just take a little nap.
As spectacular sights go, how would you rate this one?
Supreme, the apex of excitement.
By the way, all charges were dropped so long that Philippe Petit gave a free show for kids in Central Park, and afterwards the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey gave him a lifetime pass to the observation deck on this date 51 years ago today. There's a documentary from about 15 years ago. It's called Man on a Wire. I highly recommend you check it out. Basically, it's how they pulled it off. Birthdays, heavenly birthdays, 2 of them. The man who played Alfalfa on the Our Gang series, Carl Switzer, made a lot of money for Hal Roach, but he didn't end up with a lot of money when the series came to an end. Carl Switzer, born on this date 1927, shot to death in 1959 at the age of 31. Don Larson, the imperfect man who pitched the most remarkable baseball game ever. A perfect game is as rare as they come. A perfect game in the World Series, which he did, is almost beyond belief. Don Larson was born in the state in 1929. Hello, Newman. Wayne Knight, 70 years old today, and Charlize Theron won the Academy Award for Monster a bunch of years ago. She is 50. It's a milestone for her. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. They are our platinum sponsors, and we love them. Mike Minotti's got an opinion coming up. Chase and Scott, two really cool railroad dudes, are going to talk about the reopening of the Wenatchee Riverfront Railroad, which happens this Saturday. First things first, Ace and Cato need a home. It's Pause for Pets.
Hi, I'm Corley with Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, Animal Care Manager. And today we have Huskies. So this is Ace. He and Cato are brothers. They both came to us 2 months ago. And Ace is 8 years old. He's a beautiful Husky boy. He has one blue eye and one brown eye. He loves going for walks, and he's really great with other dogs, especially his brother Cato. If possible, you know, we would love for them to go together, but it's not always doable for most people, but they do so good together. And because he's 8 years old, you get the best of both worlds. He's sweet and playful, but also really pretty chill. It's really nice. He doesn't jump on us or anything. He listens to all of our commands. He's really good at sit. He can be a little selective, so as usual, we always suggest that if you have a dog, that you bring them in to meet him, so everybody gets along. And that's Ace. And this handsome Husky brother is Cato. Good boy. He seems to me like, even though they're from the same litter, he seems like the younger of the two, just because he's just a little bit more playful and goofy. He's also a lot like Instagram Huskies in that he loves to talk. He's really funny and he cracks us up all the time. Cato is also really good at tricks. He's really good at sitting and giving paw. Yeah, he is. He's just a goofball who will do anything for attention. He also loves walks and loves his brother and also gets along great with some of our dogs here. But again, if you have a dog of your own, we would love you to bring him to meet Cato and see if they get along too. We also still have our adoption special going on, $50 only for all of our large dogs, technically over 50 pounds, but really all of our large dogs. So please come and take advantage of that right now and bring Cato home. So if you'd like to come meet our Ace and Cato, we're open Thursday through Tuesday from 12:30 to 6, and you can make an appointment for Wednesday to come by if that's easier for you. And we would love to introduce you.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Such a good time together, and it's only just begun. Got loud guitars, a little out of tune, but they ain't got a girl like you. And I know I'm all over the road, and I can't help but go. Little bit of left, little bit of right. It's hard to...
What are the best words you can hear tonight?
Order ready for Susan. And if you hear those words at Abby's, you know it's going to be a legendary meal. Your pizza is loaded with toppings to the edge, premium ingredients, and real cheese. Yeah, baby. Gather with friends, play some video games, and watch the big game on TV. That's made Abby's a legendary pizza tradition for generations. And when you're ready to hear those magic words,
Tom, your order's ready.
you know where to go. You're always welcome at Abby's.
Now there are even more reasons to meet at the Pybus Market. Outdoor dining and tastings, the fabulous Farmers Market, Saturday artisans on the concourse, and your favorites all week long. No matter the reason, it's always time to meet at the Pybus Market. Pybus Market, where community meets.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. And I'm going to bet, with housing prices where they are these days, we're going to see a return to, or at least a new phenomenon of multi-extended family or extended generational family living. You know, if the average family income was about $57,000 and the average home price being $450,000, I mean, come on, we can't see how new home ownership for a single family is going to be feasible. Extended family members or multiple families sharing a home and mortgage is probably going to become a new trend. Good thing or bad? Well, who knows? I mean, I wouldn't mind if my daughter's family moved in with us in the same house, but my son? This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
You trust the same doctor for your health and the same dentist for your smile. Trust Global Car Care to keep your vehicle running strong. We track your car's history so it gets the right care at the right time. With our 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty on parts and labor, you'll drive away with confidence. Global Car Care, your automotive experts. We service all makes and models, but specialize in Sprinter vans, Mercedes, Audi, Volkswagen, and BMW. Call or visit us today.
Oh, happy day, Wenatchee Valley. Collins Fashions is looking forward to our famous summer weather. We are fully stocked with shorts, capris, skirts, tees, and tanks. Summer dresses have all arrived in many styles and colors. Special occasion dresses are on full display, and we have something for everyone. Collins is your Brighton headquarters with jewelry, handbags, charms, and sunglasses. We invite you to visit Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Welcome to Mountain Chick Floral, your go-to flower and plant shop in downtown Wenatchee. Explore their wide variety of unusual and fun plants. And when you buy a plant in a container, they'll pot it up for you absolutely free. Birthday or weddings, they'll create the perfect floral arrangement for you. Brighten up your office with fresh blooms delivered to your door or business. Ask about floral subscriptions. Visit Mountain Chick Floral today, where every occasion is a reason to celebrate with flowers.
It's been a long time. It's been over a year since the Wenatchee Riverfront Railway actually had a chance to go on the tracks and let folks take a ride. That changes finally this Saturday at 10 a.m. They're back in action again. Introduce yourselves to our television family. Chase, I'll let you go first.
My name is Chase Ingley. I'm one of the operations heads here at the Wenatchee Riverfront Railway. To my left is President and CMO of Wenatchee Riverfront Railway. His name is Scott Cheek.
CMO is an acronym for what, Scott?
Chief Mechanical Officer, and then also essentially Chief Operations Officer.
Yes.
It's been 14 months since this little baby ran for a pretty good reason. Lots of construction going on down here, and for you guys, that meant you had to do a little manipulating to the track. You had to move some track a little bit, and that is not easy. Talk about that.
It's a lot of movement. When the construction company came in and put on new rails and ties for us, they included some of the wood for us, which was a great technical donation. But unfortunately, some of the rails have expanded due to the heat expansion, because all the rails are made out of aluminum. And we've had to go through and fix some sun kinks in the rails and lots of other stuff around the railroad, but it's been pretty fast and easy, I'd like to say.
Maintenance is always, I mean, these tracks don't just maintain themselves. No. You have to do it probably on a fairly regular basis.
Go ahead.
Is that right?
Yes, very much so. I would say weed killing is probably our number one constant bit of maintenance. Every 4 to 5 years you have to change out the ties because of the water situation within the park. And then, as it waters, or as the park's watered and things settle, you're constantly having to re-level the track and make it stable to be able to run the trains on.
By not having the opportunity to run the trains for 14 months, did it give you a chance to do some stuff that you maybe wouldn't be able to do because you weren't running the trains? So, hey, we can finally get this fixed or tweak that a little bit?
Yes, we were able to focus on a section of track, I'd say about halfway around the loop. And it's a piece of track that's been out of service for, I'd say, 4 or 5 years, just bad ties. And we were focused on keeping everything else running. And so we got that fixed to be able to turn the train around to run the opposite direction that we normally would. And then long term, that'll be for extending the ride for a longer duration.
Yes.
It's a slightly shorter trip, but I mean very slightly. You only had to move the track in from the Columbia River to the other side of that tree right there. So they had to come in about, what, 12, 15 feet or so?
Approximately. It's about that. But lots of work's been done otherwise to push everything a little inward, but it still looks good, and it runs pretty good right now, I'd like to say.
So that was one minor delay. Something else is a human-caused delay. Jackasses breaking into your shop. Mm-hmm. We got to put an end to that. That kind of puts you behind too a little bit, doesn't it?
It definitely does. When we have people that break in and steal tools, it delays us because we come down here to do work and, oh crud, we don't have the tools to work. Mm-hmm. So then we have to spend money and time going and replacing them all, which further sets us back on being able to get up and going.
Yes.
Why were you able to pick Saturday, August 9th as your opening day? I mean, you obviously wish you could have done this quite a bit sooner, and my guess is you kept picking an opening day and you kept having to bump it back. That's just a guess.
So, okay.
Go ahead, Scott.
So the reason that we chose the 9th was my wife was due with our second child on the 10th. Everybody wanted to make sure that I was here for opening day. And so we went, okay, we're going to choose the 9th. We're pretty sure she won't go that far. And she ended up July 19th, where our second daughter was born. Everybody's, healthy and happy. So we're definitely good to go for the 9th now.
This is an all-volunteer organization. Nobody's getting paid a dime here. It's all blood, sweat, tears, and love. How did you guys get involved with the railroad? You look too young to be around here since 1988.
Well, I do look pretty young myself, but if I couldn't do the job, I wouldn't be here. It is truly a labor of love. It really is. I mean, we've had so many volunteers since inception, and we'd like to publicly say thank you right now to all of the people that have come out and helped us, regardless, no matter how small the task. It's been truly appreciated, and including Scott, who's been here quite consequently some of the longest time, and I'll let him explain that.
So we've got pictures and videos of me down here at 3 years old riding the train.
Oh, wow.
So like 1993. Uh-huh. And it just was constantly coming down here. My mom and dad would bring me down. And in 96, it was Halloween of 96, a couple of the old guys went, "You're down here all the time. Why don't you become a conductor?" And so started in 96 as a conductor. I didn't technically quit in high school. I just kind of stepped back because, high school stuff.
Sure.
And then after high school, got back full-time in, volunteer work. And what was it, probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, about right.
The management at the time was having some issues, and I kind of stepped up and went, hey, why don't we get more people involved for management, and so it's not just one or two people. And we ran with just a board, didn't really have a head figure for a while, and went to a board meeting one day, and the rest of the members went, hey, we want you to be in charge. You're already doing the spearheading and organization, have the title. So
what's it like to conduct the train with having 20, 25 smiling kids behind you having a great time? That must be kind of cool, isn't it?
As long as the kids are well behaved, they will have a great time.
Yeah.
And as long as they listen to the rules, maximize safety and maximize fun.
Yep.
And is that a big issue, safety, or not really? I mean, it's just...
like I've told people when I give a safety speech, you got to keep your hands inside the car because, like say our switch stands,
sure.
They're not very big, but I'll tell you what, they're bolted to the track. They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to hurt if you grab onto one and the train keeps going.
My guess is the kids are listening to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part.
This Saturday at 10 a.m. is the first train ride. You're expecting a sizable crowd.
Yes, we have approximated at least 57,000 views minimum on the Facebook page, as well as approximately 137 shares to other Facebook pages. So,
don't forget over 800 reactions across those shares.
That's right. We're truly dumbfounded at the amount of appreciation received towards us that we're coming back. The love has been immeasurable, so to speak.
The fact that you haven't been able to run since last spring of last year, it's been 14 months, was there some concern that people are going to forget about us? Like, oh yeah, I forgot all about that.
Go ahead.
I would say to an extent, there was a little bit of concern about it. Just because it's one of those, like, if you're not out there doing stuff, people tend to move on and,
lose interest.
Yeah, lose interest because it's not in the forefront of their mind.
Yeah.
And I know that when we announced we were coming back, we had several people on the post go, hey, we thought you guys were done for. Like, we thought it was, that was it.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of happy people that were coming back.
Very excited. All of us are very excited.
So are their partners, I might add. The park is the City of Wenatchee Park. It's maintained by the Chelan PUD Parks Department, and you're affiliated with Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center. So you have three people involved in that, and they're all three of them are like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
They're great partners to work with.
Yep.
Right. We agree.
Yep. We had to mend some bridges. The past management didn't like going through them for, being able to, like, oh, hey, move track or whatever. And so I'd say the first 2 to 3 years after I took over, it took a little bit of mending, but now we're on excellent terms all the way through with everybody.
Well, you're a very charming guy, Scott.
Yeah, thank you.
How much does it cost to ride the rails? Whatever you're willing to pay. This is a good thing. It used to be a flat fee.
Yep.
You decided just donation.
Yes.
Whatever you're willing to pay.
However much a person can donate, it is truly appreciated. All of our donations always go back to the train. We always make sure that it either goes to maintenance or cleaning supplies or anything that we may need to help us run better. Again, it used to be a flat fee, used to be $2, and then usually donations are a little bit better because that way, if a person doesn't have a lot, well, they can still enjoy it. So, but any donation of any amount is truly appreciated. So.
Each trip is a round trip. It takes about 15 minutes. You go all the way down, all the way back, and then you do it again. In case you've never done it, you're going to get whatever you donate. You're going to get that kind of entertainment. If people want to help out in any way, they don't necessarily need to be big and strong and with tools and that kind of stuff. They just want to help out, taking tickets or just maintaining the facility. You'll take them, right?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What's the only skill set you need?
Just be good with people.
Sure.
You got to be a people person for this job. Just.
Who gets the honors of the 10 a.m. first conducting?
That's a really great question. I don't know. It's all up to us, but it just depends on who's going to show up that day, and we'll make that decision for henceforth. So.
And that 10 o'clock thing on Saturday morning, that says 10 o'clock sharp. Don't show up at 9:30 and hope they're going to run it a little bit early. It's going to be right at 10.
Right at 10.
And they'll go until whenever?
Pretty much until there's nobody in line.
If that line is that long, we will stay.
Yep.
We've all confirmed it.
And so how long are we going to keep running? Are we going to go until the snow falls, or is that something to play by ear kind of thing? Is it a matter of getting more bodies down here to run the train?
We have dates tentatively through the end of December. We're in discussion, and I think everybody's in favor of running all the way through. Maybe take January off just to, do some minor repairs, but pick up again in February and just keep pushing through because, again, we've been down for 14 months.
Yeah.
Last question, and I think this is a fascinating one. How many people come down here and ride the train, the mini train, because they want to come down and ride the mini train as opposed to those who are just out enjoying a beautiful day at the park and they're going, what's going on over here? Hey, there's a train, let's ride it. How many walk-ups do you get, not even knowing it's here?
It can approximate. It really just depends on who's in town for the day for just tourism, and lots of people love this loop trail. I mean, it's a really cool thing to have the loop trail just right here, right alongside us, and then that way all these people, just at Pybus or visiting the city of Wenatchee, or to come all the way down. And yeah, we've had people from, quite honestly, across the world come even see this train. We've had visitors from Britain, from China, from Japan. Lots of other countries across the world have ironically come to the apple capital of the world, not just to see the train, but just for the city of Wenatchee as well.
Parking is going to be a little tight. My recommendation is that you park at the city lot behind the convention center. I know there's construction going on, but there's still a lot of parking, and then walk across the bridge, and you can have a beautiful train ride, then go to the Pybus and grab something and have a good time.
Yeah.
Your love for this railroad, by the way, comes true. You can tell.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You can tell you have a passion for this. Congratulations, Dad.
Thank you.
10 o'clock on Saturday morning, it's back in business. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey there folks, Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
It's the NCWLIFE Community Calendar presentation of Apple Valley Honda. The Comedy of Errors is this year's short Shakespearean production at the Riverside Playhouse. A cast of 59 local youths ages 1 to 17 will take the stage. Tickets can be had at the Numerica Pack box office. This year's Hot August Nights production is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, the musical, running through August 16th at the Numerica Pack. Produced by Jamie Donegan and directed by Christina Capehart. For tickets, go to the Numerica Pack website.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Sunshine's starting to peek out a little bit more. It's certainly quite a bit of sunshine than we had an hour ago. We were fairly cloudy an hour ago. We're between two systems right now. The system that came in yesterday brought us the cooler temperatures, the fairly cloudy skies, and the light rain is already beginning to exit. It's going to be replaced with another system, cooler air seeping down from British Columbia. It's going to scour out the skies. It's in the process of doing that right now. But by late this afternoon, early evening, it's going to be a little on the breezy side as this cool air seeps down, and it's going to make us pretty chilly today and overnight tonight. In fact, we only hit 79 on Wednesday. We'll be cooler than that today. From the National Weather Service, it looks something like this. Clouds in the morning, sunshine this afternoon. We'll top off at about 77. Late in the afternoon, early evening, you're going to start feeling that wind picking up. It'll be a little breezy tonight, and the cool air is going to make us cool. Look at the overnight low, 58. Our normal overnight low is 63, so it's going to be a little on the cool side tonight. And then summer will be back by Friday afternoon with a high of 87. To the 90s we go on Saturday and up near 100 by Monday and Tuesday, so we're in for a pretty hot period of weather. Once we really get to Saturday, I think we can safely call it hot. That's usually the barometer. 90 degrees or above is hot. 100 degrees is really hot. But it looks like it's going to be a nice night at the ballpark Friday night for Apple Sox playoff baseball. That's it for us. Have a good and safe Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow to start your weekend. Bye-bye.